Everyone, this is Dan Rochon, my husband and partner. He got licensed to join me to help grow our business and to grown exponentially. He's built an amazing base of support so we can grow our business and support up to 12 buyers agents. And we're just really excited to be able to help the community and to help homeowners and buyers buy and sell their properties. Dan is an excellent communicator. He's a great leader. He's committed to helping others. And every year he thinks of other people first. I guess that's the most important thing. You guys who know him probably already know that. He always puts other people first and their needs. And he comes from a servant's heart, but he's also a great leader. So he's a great communicator, a great leader, and he always thinks of others first. Dan Rochon.
I'm going to do a presentation right behind you guys.
Okay.
So, because I need a nice white clean board. So how's everyone doing today? All right.
Power.
Positive, right? Something like that.
Power.
All right. So today I want to have a little bit of an interactive conversation with you guys. As Tracy mentioned, my name's Dan Rochon. I'm with Keller Williams Realty, greetingsvirginia.com, and we specialize in helping people to avoid foreclosure, to do short sales. We've been doing short sales since 2007. We today have done almost 100 short sales in the time that we've been doing short sales. We are currently working with over 50 clients that Tracy and I are assisting to avoid foreclosure. We're actually working with more clients than that, but that's just our clients that are doing short sales today. We've also had the privilege of being recognized nationally as well as locally. Last week we had a privilege of being on we were invited to as guest panelists on a short sale specialist network cruise. So excuse me that I wasn't here last week. We were in the middle of the Caribbean Sea and getting paid to do that. So that was actually pretty cool. And we also had the fortunate experience of being featured on local publications such as the Washington Examiner, the Washington Post, the Washington City Paper voted us as top real estate agent in Washington, D.C. in 2010 as well as 2011. And I heard a little rumor that there's something going on in 2012 as well, but that hasn't been announced yet, so I'll announce that next week. We've also had a chance to be on the Today Show, CNBC, as well as NBC Nightly News with Brian Williams. Why does any of that matter to you guys? It doesn't, okay? Except for the fact that when you refer a client to us, you're referring somebody to us that are the person that you're referring to us, you're referring to an entity that has a lot of experience in selling real estate. Okay, we sell more real estate in 5 months period than the average real estate agent sells in a 20-year career. All right, so get that, get a perspective of that. That's as much real estate as Tracy and I have the privilege of selling. The way that benefits somebody that you're referring to us is that there's probably going to not be anybody else with as much experience as what we have in regards to real estate of the person that you're referring. A lot of pitfalls in the market today, a lot of obstacles, a lot of things that may go wrong. We've had the privilege of being able to figure a lot of those out, to be proactive in our approach, to be able to serve the individuals that you refer to us. And we are very grateful for those that you do refer to us. Today I wanted to talk a little bit about short sales. So who here has heard about short sales? Okay, so I wanted this to be a little bit interactive today. So what questions do you guys have about short sales? Yes.
What's a short sale?
What's a short sale? Okay.
She's an audience plant.
Did I plant you as well? Okay, so what is a short sale? It's a great question. A short sale is when a homeowner's upside down on their home, they need to sell, they have a valid financial hardship. And what they do is they negotiate with the bank to forgive some or all of the deficiency of what's owed. So in other words, if they bought the property in, say, 2006, and they bought the home for $400,000, today the home's worth $250,000. and perhaps there's a divorce or there's a relocation or another reason why they need to move, and they're not able to come up with the difference of the $150,000 versus what they owe on their mortgage, then they potentially could negotiate with their banks to get that difference forgiven, and that's the service that we provide. What other questions do you guys have? Okay.
How long does it take for a short sale to materialize from start to finish?
Yeah, from start to finish of a short sale, the way that we describe it to a potential client is we describe it that to have an expectation of 4 to 6 months. What our experience is that today it's closer to 4 months than 6. However, we'd like to prepare our clients for the worst, and then if we beat that 6 month period, then they look at us like we were rock stars. Okay, so so when we're in our initial consultation, I'm going to tell somebody, say, expect for 6 months. Put it another way, today is spring. Expect that we're looking at Halloween, right? Because you really have to sort of get a perspective on what 6 months is, right? It's actually a very long time. What other questions? Gus?
The short sale is the longest sale, right?
Well, it can be. A short sale is not necessarily a short sale, and as I just described, 4 to 6 months. And really, the challenge of that time period is really more of the bureaucracy of the banks. However, today banks are almost eager to do short sales as opposed to when we began 4 years ago. And I'll get into that in just a few minutes of why a bank may be more interested. Mark?
Do I have to pay income taxes on the forgiven debt?
Okay. Today, again, I'm not an accountant, so we'd have to ask one of our accountant type people. Today, according to the Mortgage Forgiveness Debt Relief Act of 2007, the answer to that question is probably no in most cases. However, at the end of 2012, as it currently stands, that Forgiveness Debt Relief Act will cease to exist. And so and the Congress has not, as of today, had any discussions on extending that. So if you have somebody that may be in a short sale situation today, it's a great idea thinking about that 4 to 6 month period and understanding that at the end of 2012, as it currently stands, they may actually have to end up with a larger tax burden. It's a great idea to introduce them to us today.
Is that for investment property as well?
For the investment property, is one of the exceptions with regards to the Mortgage Forgiveness Debt Relief Act. However, that being said, the tax liability is also, because there's going to be a loss versus the gain, it's also going to be balanced out. That's a conversation right there that I'm going to get my accountant on the phone to explain to you a little bit more thoroughly. In most cases, you're going to be okay, but again, that's a little bit more technical than what I'm going to get into.
Hi, yeah, this might be a hard question to answer, I don't know, but there's articles talking about short sale versus foreclosure. There are instances that the articles, it's kind of confusing why. There are times where you should go ahead and just do the foreclosure versus the short sale.
Perhaps the author of that article was smoking crack.
Okay.
That was not it.
Not our problem. Yes, sir.
If he was, it's wrong.
And that's okay.
We can edit that.
I know you're helping that customer do a short sale, but is it a possibility that you can also assist them with doing a modification to that instead of doing the short sale, that they might be able to stay at that home and then have the amount put on the back of the loan so they can have it modified and they can stay at home as well?
Yeah, so the gentleman asked about loan modifications. In some cases, they are viable, okay, but what we have found is that in most cases, they're not. Now, also that being said, is also taking a look at it, what you have to understand is we're talking generally today. So when we're talking specifically individually, it may not make sense for somebody to even do a loan modification because in most cases, the principal's not going to be forgiven, it's just going to be extended. So for example, if you're $150,000 upside down on your home today, you're still going to be $150,000 upside down on your home, except for instead of for the next 30 years that you're going to be paying for this loan, you're going to be paying for the next 40 years.
Ouch.
That's if it even works, and in most cases it does not, right? And again, it's going to be dependent on your individual situation. Dan?
So are you saying instead of doing the mod, if I do a short sale, then what do I do about getting into a new house? I mean, if I do a modification and stay there for 10 years and pay the $150, why wouldn't I just do that? When can I get a new house if I do a short sale?
If you do a short sale, you're gonna be eligible according to Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac guidelines to be able to get another loan in 2 years. We've seen people to be able to do that sooner than that, getting it from a local lender. So we've had clients that we've had to do a short sale that have gotten another loan within 1 year. And we've also, we've represented many people, because we've been doing this for so long, that we've done a short sale with, that today we're representing them as buyers.
So just so I hear you correctly, there is a possibility of me doing a short sale in maybe some situations that I could actually get into a new house and not pay $150,000 over a 10-year period of time, and just get into a new house now, and not necessarily have a negative repercussion?
That's correct.
Okay, great, thanks.
Will short sale affect your credit?
Yeah, a short sale will affect your credit in a negative way, okay? The way that a short sale will affect your credit will not nearly be as impactful as a bankruptcy nor foreclosure, okay? And it's a short-term hit. How will it specifically impact your credit? The answer to that question is we do not know. Think about it this way. The 3 credit bureaus cannot agree on your credit scenario, right? So there's no way that I can tell you the way that it's going to impact your credit. It will have a small negative impact on you. And understanding there's every other circumstance that's considered in regards to that will be considered as well, such as how long you're late on your payments, what's your equity, and all that stuff. Got time for one more question? Stephen Blanco, last question.
What if you have 2 loans?
Besides,
That was not Stephen Blanco. Stephen Blanco, last question.
why would a bank even be interested in doing a short sale?
A bank would be interested in a short sale. I got 1 minute. Cliff notes. Here's the bank. Here's the homeowner. Here, that's the home. Here's the home owner, right? They give them a loan. That's collateral. Okay. This loan is that's an asset. That's the mortgage, right? An asset from the bank's perspective. It's a liability from the homeowner's perspective. The home is collateral. It means nothing except it collateralizes. It guarantees that this right here gets paid. Okay? If the bank has got to foreclose, they take this home back. Remember, again, this is Cliff Notes because I'm quick on this. This home at that point becomes a liability from the bank's perspective. Anybody here a CPA or a taxi type person? On that, goes on where? It goes on where? Balance sheet, right?
Correct.
What's a balance sheet have to do?
Balance.
Oh, good man. Got a balance sheet. Goes on, that side of the balance sheet has a liability. Means they have to offset it to balance it. In most cases, the way they're going to offset it is with cash, right? The biggest impact on a bank, or the reason why they do not want to owe your home, is because at that point they've got extra money that they cannot loan to somebody else that they got to put on the sidelines, right? That's just one of the reasons why they do not want to foreclose on your home and why they would rather do a short sale, because financially it makes sense to them. Okay? They don't want to do a short sale because they like you. They want to do it because financially it makes sense to you. Last thing, Should I Short Sale My Home is a book that I co-authored with Tim and Julia Harris and Tracy Rochon. It's available at greetingsvirginia.com. I've got some copies in the back here, and we have an ebook available for free for you. And if you're interested in more information, please visit greetingsvirginia.com to get a copy of that, or ask me for a copy today. I'm happy to give it to you, and thank you for your attention.